Okay, I got a red button saying that it's recording. Do you?
Yeah, we're good. Awesome. Okay,
All right.
good.
Yep. I was reading how we have to record it and then attach it to the YouTube, and I'm like, that I've not done before.
Yeah, I was trying to get up here earlier, kind of trying to see if I knew what I was doing. So we'll see what happens afterwards.
Okay. So let's go with the questions.
All
What
right.
motivated you to return to school?
I recently got my associates at ECPI back in 2016, so I knew that I wanted to go back to school eventually. So we moved from Virginia to Georgia back in July, so I haven't even been here a year yet. So when I got here, I decided to go back to school. I found out I was pregnant. So I was like, well, I'm going to use this time to go back to school. So that's when I called ECPI back up, and they were like, come on into the bachelor's. I had some prereqs first, so I just finished up those. So now I have this class and my capstone this term. So jumping from one class to two classes.
Yeah.
Different. So I'm trying to get back on my schedule. I have my baby, he's 2 months. So,
Aw.
I try to divide my time, but that's why I went back to school, because I wanted to go back and learn. So here I am.
Awesome.
What about you?
Well, I just graduated
Okay.
at the end of February.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Just passed my NCLEX last week. So
That's
start
exciting
working at the end of the month. So I'm like brand new. I start my orientation on Tuesday, and it's like,
Where are you going to be working?
Centera, Virginia Beach.
Awesome. Okay. I did clinicals there when I took the RN program. So I
Yeah.
liked it there. It was very nice.
Yeah. So, but I'm a little nervous.
Oh, well, yeah, that's
Trying to
expected.
figure everything out and the balance, because I've been in seat for the past 2 years. So it's like, and then I went straight into this. I didn't take any breaks. And I had a lot of my prerequisites done already. So I think I'm taking this class and then I guess one of my last prerequisite classes. So,
Okay.
yep.
Well, that's good. Congratulations. That's so exciting. I remember when I passed, I was super excited. So I know the feeling. So that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So what area of nursing do you work in?
For the last couple of years, I've been in pediatrics. I really like pediatrics. Um, I've done home health pediatrics. I've worked at St. Mary's, which is a home for disabled kids in Virginia. I worked at a community center in the peds department. So I love kids. I feel like you have to work for it to get them to like you. I like the challenge. I like to have fun. So I think once I graduate and get my bachelor's, I'll still continue to stay in peds.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I'm going to start out on the med surg floor. So I wanted to give myself that wide variety of knowledge to get a good base and understanding, and then kind of go from there. I've always had an interest in OB, but that's kind of fizzled out doing the clinicals. I enjoyed my clinicals with OB, but I realized that it can be boring at times.
Yeah.
And I like to be busy.
Okay.
But I also have an interest with plastic surgery. So I think it would kind of be neat to work in like a surgery center.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. My son needs help button his pants.
Oh, that's okay.
There you go. And so, but yeah, and we'll just kind of see where it goes. I know like Centera, you have to get your BSN within 5 years. And I think that's pretty much anywhere. So that's why I decided to go like straight into the BSN program. I'm the only one in my class that decided to do that.
Okay.
So studying for my NCLEX was kind of stressful, doing both, but
Yeah,
I made it, and I'm glad that I did it.
Oh, good. That's
So
exciting. I think that not taking a break is the best way to go, because once you take that break, it's so hard to get back into the swing of things. You know what I mean? So
right, you lose that
especially
momentum.
doing it online, because you can't when I took my associates, I was in school, so I actually went to the classroom.
Mhm.
So for me, it was good for me. So now I'm trying to learn how to balance both and not be like in class. So
Yeah. And that's what like my fear is with going to my orientation next week and balancing my two classes that I'm taking and then my kids and doing their homeschooling stuff. It's like, oh my goodness.
yeah, my son is 12, and we've been doing homeschooling. I feel like for almost 2 months. It's been since March, so it's been a while. I had just had
Mhm.
my son, my other little one, and to say the least, it's trying. You know what I mean? Having him and then
Yeah.
doing the online, and they're teaching things different, and he doesn't want to do it. It's a lot. So I
Yes.
completely understand where you're coming from with that. So luckily
Yeah.
today's his last day of school here in Georgia, so we're officially on summer break now. So now they're asking, do they go back in August? I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So
Yeah, waiting for them to decide. Yeah, my daughter, she does cheerleading, and the coach sent out a thing that we need to get their physicals in. And just in the event, because they don't know what way it's going, how
hmm
they're going to handle the sport. So they're like, they're going to do their, I guess, tryouts online, like
oh,
through video.
okay.
And my daughter's like, how are we going to do that with stunting? Like, because she's a flyer.
I see.
So,
Yeah,
uh,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, just one day at a time, learn something new, figure it out. So, what do you expect to learn in this program?
I feel like I'm gonna learn just a better, how do I put this? Just like a better base of like nursing. You know what I mean? With me just getting my associates, I know your BSN is more kind of like manager, higher up. You know what I mean? You get more of like the
Mm-hmm.
base. So I'm excited, to learn new things. I have subjects that I like and don't like. So hopefully I'll be able to get through the ones that I don't like, but maybe I'll shine in the ones I do like. So hopefully I'll become a better nurse, more knowledgeable. We're always looking for more knowledge, how to give the best care possible. So hopefully by the end of this I can have my bachelor's and stay in peds and have knowledge. And I would like to go on and become a certified pediatric nurse. So I know having my bachelor's will help me do that once I get settled in and ready to do that. So basically, just becoming a better nurse and doing the best I can. What about you?
Um, Pretty much the same. I think more managing positions, more like the community service
hmm
kind of aspect of it. And that's pretty much like it's so new to me. Like, besides being in class and being in clinical, like the whole nursing thing is new. So, but I think that that's pretty much what it seems like it will be, the managing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, what are your career plans? You've already answered that one.
Yeah. What
Yep.
about
And then,
what about you? When you finish with your bachelor's, what do you?
well, I think I'm gonna stay in the med surge for the 2 years because,
Okay.
well, I signed a contract. So, but after that, then I might start venturing out. Just, I think after the 2 years, I'll have a better idea of what way I want to go.
Mhm.
So I think right now it's kind of just, it's hard to say because like I thought that I would love OB,
Yeah.
and even though I loved it when we were delivering a baby, I didn't like it when there was no babies.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you'll be busy in med surge, and then you'll find something you like while those 2 years, and then you can venture out. So I feel like
right.
doing a little bit of everything. I've done peds, but I've also worked in nursing homes. I worked at a plastic surgery office. I worked at, a bariatric surgical office. So, getting around and finding what you really love takes a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it because in the end, you end up where you want to be and where you're most happiest. So
Yeah.
I think you'll
Yeah.
find that, and I think getting that base for the 2 years is perfect. That way, if you don't use it, you lose it. So you'll be using it and getting it ingrained into your
Right.
mind.
Mhm.
I think that's a smart choice.
Thank you. So I'm sure that your son has done the Zoom meetings for school.
Yes.
So do you have any other experience with Zoom?
Just online with ECPI, watching Zoom videos from my instructors and stuff, but I've never actually made a Zoom video. So this is my first time. So
Right.
I think it came out pretty good. I mean, my son's a whiz doing everything with Zoom and all his other stuff. So, you know, I can tell him now that I did my own video. So
Yep. I'm pretty much the same. Like I've done it with, well, when I was a real estate agent, I did Zoom a couple of times where I've set it up, but not like consistently.
yeah.
So, but
But I like this. I like connecting, you know, online you don't really get to connect very much. So this was nice actually to be able to set it up and talk, you know. So I appreciate
yes,
you being my partner.
oh, I appreciate it too. That's one thing about online school that, you know, you don't, you have the discussion boards, which I feel like everyone's saying pretty much the same thing. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, how do I say this, but in a different way? Or, you know, but I like the Zoom meeting because you can kind of connect a little bit better.
I do too. I like being face to face, you know what I mean, but still getting to be at home and still living life, you know. So I like the Zoom and the online thing.
Yeah, definitely. So, but it's really nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you. So I'm sure we'll have other, you know, discussions in class and other times to do Zoom meetings. So maybe I'll be able to talk to you again.
Yep. Now we need to figure out how to save this.
I guess when you stop it, it probably saves. Is that right? My husband's over here. He's saying yes. So
Oh, okay. Yep. Because she said that if we don't, then it's a 0. So,
I know that's what she said. So when we stop it, it saves? No, not yet. Okay. All right. Well, it was nice talking to you.
nice talking to you too.
Thank you. Enjoy your Friday.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.